Anila Singh about the gangs of Mumbai, and initially even in Mumbai the encounter specialists were heralded, they were cheered as champions and they were seen as heroes. It's only later when they went amok and they became a law unto themselves that people started turning against these encounter specialists, and being an encounter specialist became a bad name. I think the big concern is when you start playing fast and loose with the law, when these kind of things are okay because it's the fastest way to get justice and judgment, then you never know where to draw the line, where what you want strategically then turns into tactical extortion. That can slip very quickly, and that's the big concern in UP, that it could turn out to be like Mumbai, a place where people ultimately turn against them because they're no longer happy, or those cops start overstepping themselves.
My Ram to everyone. And first of all, as you had mentioned, UP police being incompetent. UP police is not incompetent at all. Even in this attack, it was a surprise attack. Those three boys who shooted Atiq Ahmed and his brother, they came in the garb of media person. So definitely, but all three were caught by the UP police. I will not say lakhs of police personnel who are working day in and day out in Uttar Pradesh to take care of people living.
No, but look at the manner in which they were paraded. The fact that they brought in a car, paraded about 50 meters till they reached the hospital gate. If you see what happened in the case of Ajmal Kasab in Mumbai, when he was taken from Atharo jail to JJ hospital, nobody found out. There are so many ways in which the same thing can be done without turning it into a tamasha. When you want to do a numayish, when you want to parade these criminals because you think you're showing off your strength, is when you create circumstances which allow for these kind of mishaps to happen.
One should play Sherlock Holmes here. All right, for Karamchand. And we cannot do any media hearing here that what happened, how happened, because of this thing happened. I think we should wait for the right agency to come up with the facts that how it happened, who are these people, who are the people behind them, how they got the weapons. There are many questions. I want the answers like you, but the thing is, if we are going to sit here on the panel and we start claiming and shaming Uttar Pradesh.
No, we're not blaming or shaming anyone. We're asking questions, and that's my job.
You had asked me a question.
I am, but I'm saying you're character assassinating, but we're just asking questions. Yes, go on.
It is, you got all the right, like Constitution has given you right, as well as the Constitution has given me right.
Sure.
You cornered UP police, but definitely I have a point of view towards UP police, so I'm presenting my point of view. And secondly, let me tell you here, I am listening day in and day out, and especially from the political parties' leaders and spokespersons, Samajwadi Party or the Congress. Today itself, one of the leaders of the Congress Party in Uttar Pradesh, he said, "Arey, Atiq Ahmed to itna acha aadmi tha, usko Bharat Ratna milna chahiye tha." Statement from the Congress Party leader, and no clarification from Congress Party till this moment. So this is the mindset. And if I talk about the Samajwadi Party, just now I was listening to Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, what you have to say? Like, you have got so many things to say about Uttar Pradesh police, about Yogi Adityanath ji, about Modi ji, कि ऊपर वाले तो बस यही दो बैठे हुए हैं, यही जानते हैं कि क्या होना है, क्या नहीं होना है. You said that USA is a very developed country, strongest economy in the world. What we observe gun violence there, innocent children being killed, and what we see that day in and day out shops are being looted. What you are going to say about that? You are not going to find such incidents.
So I want to go across to Yashowardhan Azad.
You've spoken enough. Allow me. Last statement. And you cannot see such things happening in my Uttar Pradesh under Yogi Adityanath ji's regime. So in Uttar Pradesh there is no Jungle Raj.
Yashowardhan Azad, does the UP police come across as incompetent and inept in the manner in which Ashraf and Atiq, who are with the police, get killed despite being handcuffed and actually being escorted by the police? Anila Singh doesn't seem to think so. She says it's too premature to declare that they goofed up in this case, or would you accept at the very least that there are serious lapses that need to be investigated thoroughly?
Well, Rahul, as a professional who's handled VIP security for a number of years, I can say that the security provided by the UP police to Atif and Ashraf was a caricature of security, and it was
Absolutely.
actually a fatal police error on the part of the Prayagraj police to give the kind of security which is absolutely laughable. You know, number one, whenever you have a threatened person, whether a VIP, whether it's a personal protection, whether it's a dreaded gangster like Ati, there are certain protection drills which have to be followed and which can only be rigorously implemented by a special protection team.
But were they
Now,
lax or complicit? Ghanshyam Tiwari says they were complicit in murder. Those who support the BJP would say maybe they were lax but definitely not complicit. What's your professional view?
well, and how can you come to a foregone conclusion without an inquiry? How can you say that the UP police was complicit? No way. I'm not going to make such a. I'm not a politician. I'm not going to make a foregone conclusion. Look at the kind of ring which was put around here. Atik had mentioned to the court that he was fearing his life. There was a danger to his life, and the UP police itself had said there was a threat to the convoy. More the reason that these things should not have been done. First, the routine medical checkup. It was not required that he should be ferried to the hospital every day, but arrangements could have been made at the place of his incarceration. Both
So
two
when I
guys.
spoke to the UP police, they said that that's because the court said there must be a medical examination. Hum kya kar sakte hain?
Absolutely. I know, Rahul, the court will say this, but if you tell the court that there are huge security implications of ferrying him regularly, the court will allow it and say, yes, do it at the place of incarceration. Secondly, do you chain two people like this if they are highly threatened? It's the biggest. When you drop a contingency plan, you don't chain two people together. Third, you don't allow press conferences anywhere whenever you feel like. Fourth, you have an access control mechanism around those prisoners which cannot be breached. How can somebody run and just shoot you across the temple? So these are very, very serious flaws, and that's why they have been suspended. As far as the complicity is concerned, that's a different thing. You see, the first day itself, I was expecting that there would be police remand taken of those criminals, because only then you will get to know the entire conspiracy, or how this coordination took place and how did they get the passes and how did they get those weapons. That is a later part, and I'm happy that the police remand has now been taken and things will come out
Okay.
now in the